Hello and welcome to the first ever video on the Second Tier Talk channel. My name's Connor. That's Harrison. This is a joint channel. We have got experience of being on YouTube channels before. We have both appeared on the Just United fan channel, which is a Sheffield United dedicated content channel run by mine and Harrison's pal, Ricky. Shout out to Ricky, by the way. He gave us both the opportunity to come onto the channel, have involvement in the channel. Really enjoy going on there. Love the content that he does on there. Big up yourself, Ricky. And basically, that's why we've ended up putting this channel together. It's gonna be a bit more of a wider spectrum of content, championship based, obviously, as you can tell by the name, Second Tier Talk. So the first video that we've decided to do is an EFL rankings video, and we're going to be doing the top 10 championship players of all time. So no more delaying, really, no more bullshit. I think we're just going to jump straight into it. So Harrison, who have you got at number 10, mate?
Number 10, Pablo Hernandez, Leeds player, well, ex-Leeds player, I should say. Really good player. And so we're Sheffield United fans, and say we've got Leeds player on this list shows there's no bias in this list. But Pablo Hernandez, every time we played Pablo Hernandez, I was very impressed by him. Really good player. He played over 150 appearances for Leeds in Championship overall, and just really good player. Rate him a lot, hence why he's number 10.
Yeah, really good player, mate. Like I said, I have flashbacks of that game that we played at Bramall Lane where we lost 1-0. Mistake, Pablo Hernandez pounced on it, put it in back at net. Really, really good player, mate. Really good. Just EFL baller, even though he's a dirty Leeds.
We'll get past that bit for Channel Con. Unbiased.
Well, it's gonna be a struggle to get past it, to be honest with you, mate, because my number 10, I've got Robert Snodgrass. So he's also obviously got the Leeds link, also played for Villa, another club that we don't really get on with too well. Oh. But I've got to be true to myself on this one. And Robert Snodgrass, obviously, we're an EFL mainstay, 158 appearances, 31 goals, 43 assists in Championship. Wonder of a left foot, brilliant set piece delivery, good at cutting in, good overall delivery. That's what when I think of Robert Snodgrass, I think of balls into the box. I think of set pieces. I think of just pinpoint accuracy. That's what I think of when I think.
See, with Robert Snodgrass, when I originally did my list, I had him on it, and for some reason I took him out, and I do regret it, because every time I see Robert Snodgrass play, especially against us, Jesus wept. I always knew we were going to score or assist or just have a blinder, and every time we played it, we always had a blinder. Villa, Leeds, fucking hell, man, we got.
I have got one good memory of Robert Snodgrass, though. We beat West Ham 1-0 in the Premier League, and he scored a last-minute goal that got ruled out.
That's when Declan Rice handballed it. That were on the.
So that were incredible, mate. So
I think there were bigger celebrations when he got disallowed rather than when we actually scored our goal.
Yeah, so I have got one fond memory of Robert Snodgrass, but in terms of a footballer and like his technical ability that he got, really, really good player.
Really good. Underrated in my opinion. Not a lot of people talk about Robert Snodgrass, so I think really underrated player.
And a lot of people might look at that when the year that obviously I've got him in at number 10, and they might raise a few eyebrows, but for me, he's in there. So 100%. We'll move on to your number 9, mate. Who have you got at number 9?
Number 9, completely unbiased, I promise you. Iliman Ndiaye. Honestly, he only spent 2 seasons in Championship, but for me, that's enough to be on this list. Absolute wizard of a player. The best player I've ever seen play in red and white. Just what he could do with the ball at his feet. He wasn't just good at dribbling. He could set things up himself. He was good at laying the ball off and holding it up and sending it out to wingers and stuff. But I think he's very underrated, especially not in the Sheffield United fan base. Obviously, every Sheffield United fan knows Iliman Ndiaye, knows his ability. But when it comes to the terms of other teams looking at Ndiaye, I think, he's all right. But if you see that guy on a weekly basis, you just know how good he is and how good he was for us. And look at him now, he's in Premier League, he's tearing it up for Everton.
Yeah, he's a brilliant player, mate. And like, bit of a spoiler, I hadn't actually got Iliman on my list. He was very close to getting on, but I couldn't bring myself to put him on, even though he is the best player that I've ever seen play in a Blade shirt in my lifetime. So
you missed the trick there, Con.
I know, mate. He were close, but honourable mention, but no Iliman on my list, but good pick nonetheless. So my number 9, completely different flavour, different end of the spectrum, end of his career now, still doing well for Walsall. Uncle Albert Adoma, absolute baller, mate. He when I think of Albert Adoma, I put him into the same bracket that I've got like a David McGoldrick in.
Yeah, I agree.
Just a maverick, someone that just loves playing football, naturally talented, just a flair player, mate. Just looks comfortable with the ball at his feet. And he had, I think I might be wrong on this one, and I probably should have done a bit more research on it. But I think he might be the all-time championship appearance maker. He might have got the most
I think he is.
appearances in the championship.
It's over. I was close also when Adoma on my list as well. I did a bit of research behind him. I think he's got over, I think it's like 640 appearances off the top of my head. Could be wrong. Don't quote me.
He's got 526 appearances in the championship, 69 goals, 68 assists. But the clubs he's played for, obviously, QPR and Aston Villa are the ones that jump out. Aston Villa especially. He was just unbelievable on that right-hand side. Like I said, he just looked comfortable with the ball at his feet at all times.
Wasn't he at Middlesbrough as well? Was that more in the Premier League?
He might have been at Borough. I can't remember off the top of my head, but he was just an unbelievable player.
Every time I think about Albert Adoma, it's always him on Instagram with his Unk shirt on, Unk's 37. He's doing some fucking mental tricks. How the fuck do you do that?
Yeah, he's a typical street baller. That's it. That's what he is. But yeah, just
sound guy. Comes across as a really nice guy and all.
Yeah, he does. He does. He comes across as a good guy. But we'll move on to number 8 anyway. So have you got a number 8?
See, for my number 8, I've gone for the third top goal scorer of all time with David Nugent. Preston North End, Leicester, absolute bagsman. That's why he's on the list. And it was also third of all time goal scoring. I can't really say much more on him, to be fair. Just the bloke could score goals. That's why he's on the list.
He had an England appearance as well.
So, he did, didn't he? He did.
Yeah. He was just a goal scorer. That's what he was there to do. He does what strikers are supposed to do. He put you the ball in the back of the net. So yeah.
Didn't he score in his England appearance as well?
I think he
played
might
one,
have.
Scored one. He like a tapping, weren't it? He nicked someone.
Yeah.
Nicked someone's like goal.
Typical David Nugent goal. Typical David Nugent goal.
I think that was his one appearance and one goal. So it's fucking good record, good ratio.
Yeah, definitely.
Go then, Connor. Who's your number 8?
So this one is based on the eye test and what I've seen, and his position is also bared in mind for the season that I think of when I think of this player, and it's Ryan Sessegnon. When he was at Fulham as a left wing back, that season he was just absolutely incredible. So overall in the Championship, he's had 71 appearances, 20 goals and 9 assists. You've got to bear in mind that he's from wing back.
Yeah,
which is outstanding. It was ridiculous. I believe he either won Young Player of the Year that year that Fulham got promoted, or he won Player of the Year, one of the two. He were only 17 when he were doing this.
Fucking crap, isn't it?
when he were tearing teams apart. He was unbelievable. And the memory that sticks out to me is we played Fulham at Bramall Lane that season. The game finished 5-4 to Fulham. Leon Clark scored an hat-trick that game, and Ryan Sessegnon also scored an hat-trick that game. And I think
really good game. Really good.
I think Shea Ojo got the other 2 for Fulham that night. It was just unbelievable. Backwards and forwards, goals galore. Battle of 2 players, obviously both on hat-tricks, but Ryan Sessegnon just run show. He tore us a new one.
That's why big team stuff around him. When he ended up going to that season or season after, ended up going to Spurs, didn't he?
It was, so he had a season with Fulham in the Premier League, and then he went to Spurs after that.
It didn't really work out at Spurs though, did it?
No, he's had injuries and stuff like that. Obviously, he's gone out and played in Germany. I think he played for Hoffenheim for a bit.
I couldn't tell you. How old is he now?
Fulham now, and I think he's doing an all right job from what I've seen. So fair play to him. Absolutely fantastic player. But we'll move on to your number 7 anyway, mate. Who've you got number 7?
Number 7, see, this one for me, it's hard because I'm 19 and obviously I can't appreciate some of the players on this list as much as you can, Connor. Obviously, you're a few years older than me, pushing 40, aren't you?
Yeah, cheeky bastard. 25.
But I think, obviously, I can't say it for I've seen him play live because obviously I can't. But in terms of appearances and what everyone else says about him and compilations and stuff, it's Peter Whittingham. Rest in peace. It's end of the day. I know he's a lot higher on your list, Connor. I'm not going to say where he is, but I know he's a lot higher on your list. But for me personally, I couldn't put him any higher than what I have done because I haven't seen him play. But from the stuff I've seen of him, fucking absolute wizard.
He was the left-footed Championship version of Kevin De Bruyne before Kevin De Bruyne. That's the best way that I can describe him. He was unbelievable. His days at Cardiff, I think he were at Villa as well for a bit at one bit. But it's Cardiff that sticks out in my mind. Just an
You see,
absolute
you can appreciate it more than me. So I don't see any sticking comments about me putting Pete Wingham 7th. Just I can't put him any higher because I never seen him play.
Yeah, he were ridiculous, mate. Really, really good player. Obviously, it's sad that he has passed away. He had an accident in a nightclub messing about with one of his friends. Unfortunately, he ended up with an head injury and never ended up waking up from it. So rest in peace, Peter Whittingham. But fantastic player. And speaking of fantastic players, I've got another one at number 7. I was teetering about putting him a bit higher. But I think if I would have done that, it would have been based on what I'd seen him do in the Premier League and what I know about him doing in the Premier League. So I've got Kevin Phillips at number 7. What a player. What a goal scorer, mate. An out and out striker. Probably, again, a bit before your time, you might remember
That's
the
why
back
I'm
end of
staying
his
silent.
career.
You can take this one. I'm staying silent because don't know.
Fantastic, mate. Like when you think of Kevin Phillips, obviously you think Southampton. I think he were at Blackpool for a little bit as well. He was just a goal scorer, mate. He won the Golden Boot in the Premier League while he was playing for Southampton.
Did he play for? I don't know if I'm getting mistakes between
He were at
someone else. Did he
Sunderland
play
as
for
well.
Sunderland? Yeah.
Yes, he did. He did. He were at Sunderland.
But
He
I'll
were a
let you
goal
talk about
scorer.
him because I can't.
Just an out and out goal scorer, mate. Really nice bloke. Good pundit as well. I quite like him as a pundit on Sky Sports. But when it comes to goal scorers, English goal scorers, Kevin Phillips is definitely one of the first names that you think of. Really, really good player.
I'll take your word for it. I can't comment. I'll take your word for it. Good shout.
Yeah, I did want to have him a bit higher, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So, who have you got at number 6?
Number 6, second all-time championship top goal scorer, Jordan Rhodes. Fuck, absolute bagsman for Blackburn and Huddersfield. But then obviously dropped off quite a bit after that. I think it was Middlesbrough. Obviously Sheffield Wednesday sticks like a sore thumb. And obviously just agency. You're obviously not going to be a performer at the top all your life, are you? And I think age is obviously now caught up with him in the end. And I think he's now retired last month, I think. But we can't forget on his day, feared defenders had nightmares about Jordan Rhodes.
See, I've not got Jordan Rhodes in my list. And the reason why is, really, really good championship player. But what sticks out for me more about Jordan Rhodes is his time in League One when he was at Huddersfield.
Yeah.
The same season, him and Ched Evans that season, they were just scoring goals for fun. So
Mm.
I've not actually got him in my top 10. Maybe I should have, but I've not put him in. But it's a good pick nonetheless. Might have been a bit of personal bias in there, to be fair, because I can't stand him.
I think there is.
Yeah, maybe. So number 6, I've got David Nugent, goal scorer. Obviously, we've already spoke about him. 415 appearances, 121 goals and 55 assists in the championship.
Can't get much better than that, can you? Well, you can. There's only one person who can do better than that.
Just does what a goal scorer does, mate. Absolutely fantastic player. But because we've already spoke about him, I think we'll move on to number 5.
Yeah. My number 5, Jack Grealish. Made in the EFL. Made at Aston Villa. Mental player. Absolute mental player. Every time you saw Grealish, even who were going to score, who were going to dive. Shame he did more. Shame he did quite a bit of diving because I think it's given a bad rep. Especially, I remember when Villa played us at our place. I think we beat them 3-1, 4-1, something like quite a big scoreline. I just remember Chris Basham just running just from his own half, just crunching him at halfway line. You know, rolling around. He was rolling around all game, but nevertheless, absolute wonderful footballer. And then Lucky Boots he wore for playoff final. Then ripped up hypervenoms. Now they're in the museum in Aston Villa, aren't they?
Yeah. So I like Grealish. Grealish again is not on my list. I like him as a person. I like him as a footballer, and I'm glad to see that he's doing well at Everton now. Obviously, the City move just didn't work out for him, and that you knew for a fact he was never going to work as soon as it happened. In terms of carrying the ball, I think he's like one of the most fouled players ever in terms of football. He gets fouled all the time. He's but what I like about Grealish is that he's a genuinely nice bloke. Obviously, you see the way that he is with his sister, disabled kids in general. You can tell that he's just a good human being.
And you can tell he's a proper human being as well because he he's normal. He's not like a media
Yeah,
trained puppet by a club. He's true. You know what I mean? It's refreshing in this day and age.
yeah. Well, that picture of Kyle Walker pushing him about in wheelchair after they've been out on piss is one of my favourite things I've ever seen. He's
He was bannered.
yeah, really, really good player, good person, and I'm glad to see him doing well again. So
Yeah,
good
me
pick,
as well.
mate. Not in my
Hopefully,
list.
and you know what as well. But I'm about Grealish. I know it's not really championship related, but I think it's a farce how Thomas Tuchel hasn't picked him for the England squad.
Yeah, I think he'll be in the running when
Mm.
it comes to crunch time, but
It's got to be. If he carries on these numbers in performance, it's got to be.
100%, 100%. So my number 5, I've got our talisman, our bagsman,
Yeah,
top scorer in the championship, top scorer in the EFL this century, the fat lad from Sheffield, Billy Sharp.
the go.
The go. So 410 appearances, 130 goals, 46 assists. I was desperate to put him further up this list, but based on just pure technical ability, I can't do it. As a
No,
goal scorer, if we were just talking about goal scorers, he's top of every list. He knows where the back of the net is. He's got that instinct. He's got that drive. He just knows what he needs to do. And I think what goes underappreciated about Billy Sharp is his body transformation as he got older. When he was younger, that's why he was called the fat lad from Sheffield. Out of shape, bit chubby, man tits, running about, but could still score goals. Whereas as he got older, he just become an Adonis. He got
he was from quite
shredded,
built, didn't he?
looked after himself, changed his diet, made his career obviously go on a lot longer than what he would have if he'd carried on the same way as he was before. And which is why he's still playing for Doncaster now and still scoring goals.
Yeah,
So absolutely love him. I've got him at number 5. Yeah,
I've got
sharp,
him
really sharp.
considerably higher. Sorry, if anyone Sheffield United fans are watching, I've got you.
So who have you got at number 4, mate?
Number 4. It's only one season, but that one season were unreal. Ruben Neves. It was the what season? 17-18 season, player of the season. That goal against Derby sticks like a sore thumb. Probably best goal I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Not with my own eyes, but on TV. But honestly, absolute unreal play. The fact that he was playing in the Championship, the Wolves board and the Wolves directors and transfer people need to just that season give yourself a fucking round of applause. So that's unreal. They
Yeah.
had Jota, they had Ruben Neves. Who else did they have? They have
Ivan Cavallero.
yes, they had what's it called? Elder Costa as well. He was quite good for them.
Yeah. Who were the Brazilian? Like Leo Bonatini. Can you remember him?
I don't, mate.
So he were the Brazilian striker. He were a big part of that season as well. He were a really good player. I think the thing is about Ruben Neves. So I'm going to spoil it now. I've got Ruben Neves number 4 as well. I've got him in the same position. The thing is about Ruben Neves, if you just look at it at the face of things, he only had 42 appearances in the championship, 6 goals, 1 assist. It weren't mega numbers, but every time you watched him play, he is just a special talent.
Absolute Rolls Royce. Levels above everyone else who he played against last
Yeah,
season.
he took the piss out of championship that season. He was
Royally.
ridiculous. Yeah, like you said, mate, that goal against Derby. Ooh,
I
ridiculous.
could watch that on repeat. I'm not even a Wolves fan. I could watch that repeat. I could watch that on repeat all day and not get bored.
Yeah, outrageous player, mate. Really, really good. So we'll move on to your number 3. Who have you got?
So
Number 3.
we're in top 3 now, so it's crunch time. Number 3, I've got Adel Taarabt. Really, really, really good player. I don't need to say a lot about Taarabt. Everyone knows about Taarabt. I could watch his TikTok compilations on repeat, like I said, every single day. The stuff he was doing with the ball, it was just disgusting. He was sending defenders to shops every game. It's like, and it goes back to what Neil Warnock was saying in his interviews. He's always saying, "Don't pass to him in your own half. If you pass him in your own half, you get a fine." Him in the attacking third is second to none at that time, anyways. Second to none. Say in that season, it was the 10-11 season. He got 19 goals and 21 assists. Also getting QPR promotion to Premier League. So that's why he's number 3 for me.
Player at year that year as well, I believe.
Yes, player of the year as well. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous, mate. And snap, I've got Taarabt at number 3 as well. 92 appearances in Championship, 27 goals, 32 assists. Outrageous. Feet like a Brazilian. Body like an obese Englishman. Just outrageous. But I
Yeah.
think there's got to be an asterisk next to Adel Taarabt as well. You've got to go Adel Taarabt under Neil Warnock, because Neil Warnock was the mastermind behind unlocking Adel Taarabt.
Yeah. Was it before Warnock when the track was there and on about they were trying to sell him, weren't they? Because was it bad attitude problems?
Bad attitude. I mean, there's a story about Adel Taarabt that Neil Warnock tells where he said that Taarabt wanted to go home because he'd had like a family emergency or something like that, and he'd not even took his passport. He just went on like a 3-day bender. So his passport was still left in his locker in QPR dressing room or at training ground or something like that. So that's what sort of player he was. But Neil Warnock, obviously one of the best man managers of all time, just outrageous, and he knew what he needed to do to get the best out of Taarabt. So those two go hand in hand when I talk about them too.
Pretty much Taarabt single-handedly got QPR promotion that season.
Yeah. So they had some good players that season. They had like Heider Helgeson. I think Clint Hill was still there at that point. They had some really, really good players, but he were just head and shoulders.
If anyone thinks about QPR, though, they automatically think Taarabt. Obviously, of a certain age, but you think of QPR, you think Adel Taarabt.
Yeah,
that's how good a player he was. And he was there. He was in Championship for QPR for 3-4 seasons, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
And to be a team for 3 or 4 seasons and to be literally automatically known as QPR's player, it's just go show how good he were.
Well, even though he were there for 3 or 4 seasons, it's just one season that everybody thinks about in terms of the impact that he had that season. He was just outrageous. We'll move on to number 2, though, mate, because we are pushing on time a little bit.
We are, but yeah, we are. Number 2, Alexander Mitrovic.
Snap again.
It don't get much better than that in Championship. In terms of ability and goal scoring, for me, we'll be number 1. But number 1, it's pretty much self-explanatory now. But Mitrovic has to be on there. Top 3 has to be. I've got here. He had in overall in Championship 85 goals in 126 appearances. That is just a ridiculous record. And in the 21-22 season specifically, he got 43 goals in 44 games, which is that's just ridiculous numbers. Yeah. Every time he come against Mitro, he's a physical striker, and he just knew what onion bag were. I hate playing against Mitrovic.
What I will caveat that with is he never played that well against us, though, did he? We never really struggled against him too much. I can't remember him ever scoring against us. And the games that I think of, I remember beating Fulham 1-0 at Craven Cottage, and I remember beating 4-0 on last day of season, I
remember the one at Craven Cottage. They were literally before Christmas, and Nilliman ran through the whole team and scored. And I know we were hanging on all game. Yeah. And then after last 10 minutes, Mitrovic hit bar. You're like, oh my
God.
Right.
That's right. Yeah.
But we managed to win with 3 points, and that was just unreal. But Mitrovic, though, you can't take away from him. He's an absolute baller.
Ridiculous, mate. Cheat code at this level, and
exactly.
He just terrorized Championship defenders. Big, strong, reasonably fast, finished with both feet, good in the air, everything. So yeah, he's my number 2 as well, mate. Really, really good pick.
Good shout.
So who have you got number 1?
Number 1 could call me controversial. You could see me as using a bit of logic. Billy Sharp. I'm not saying Billy Sharp is the best technical player I've seen of all time, because he's not. Technical players is, I think every other player on that list, which we've just gone through, are better technically than Billy Sharp. But to be the Championship top goal scorer of all time and the EFL top goal scorer of the decade, you don't just get that for being a shitter. And the day we watched Billy Sharp week in, week out, and it wasn't just the scoring he could do, it was his hold-up play, which was also crucial for our success as well, which I think goes under the radar quite a bit. But everyone thinks Billy Sharp, he's fine, bog-hangs, he just scores tap-ins. But that goal against Leeds, I think it was the first season we're in the Championship. Like an acrobatic. I think so, mate. Like an acrobatic attempt from middle of box.
Lasoga scored the equaliser for him, didn't he?
Did I? I can't remember.
Yeah.
But I think Billy Sharp, though, it's like I said, you don't get top goal scorer of the century EFL for being shit, do you?
No.
That's why I'm not. Please don't say I'm saying Billy Sharp is the best technical player the Championship has ever seen, because I'm not. But in terms of longevity, he's up there, and he's my number 1.
Ridiculously good player, mate, and goes underrated. Like, I hate making this comparison, but he is like our Jamie Vardy, and he's like a shit house
Shut up, Con.
goal
Stop talking. You're
scorer.
swearing. You're swearing at me.
I hate it. I hate making that comparison, but that's like hand in hand, and I think that just goes to show a lot about us from Sheffield. We're just shit houses because they're both goal scorers, both wind off position fans up all the time, both not very well liked, but they're both very well respected in terms of what they
100%.
could do. His record speaks for himself.
Yeah.
Just
Anyways, Con.
captain, leader, and goal scorer. So
Billy Sharp scores goals. Number one,
yeah,
Connor. Who we got?
my number one, I have got Peter Whittingham.
Fair enough.
So
you can appreciate him more than what I can. So obviously you've
yeah,
seen him more than
I've
me.
seen
You're
him.
older than me. You can appreciate him. So I'll let you have this one.
So he was just outrageous, mate. I said it earlier on in the video, but he was like the left-footed championship Kevin De Bruyne before Kevin De Bruyne. 399 appearances, 82 goals, 78 assists as a midfielder. Played as a 10, played as an 8. Didn't always play as a 10 either. I think he also played off the right and left a few times as well. So he was just outrageous, mate. His left foot, wand of a left foot, crossfield balls, through balls, set piece delivery, screamers that he could score on his own as well. Like I said, Kevin De Bruyne of the Championship with the left foot, best comparison that I could make. And yeah. He was my number one based on overall longevity, individual seasons of brilliance, individual moments of brilliance. He's my number one.
I think that's fair. Like I said, you can appreciate him more than I can. Obviously, I was alive for Peter Whittingham, like, but at the same time, as a 5, 6-year-old, you can't really appreciate players like that, can you? You just look at your Messi, your Ronaldo, you don't look at your Peter Whittinghams and stuff like that. But I've seen videos, and I've seen compilations, I've seen what everyone else says about him. So you've got to appreciate him. That's why he's on my list, because I think you can't have a championship top 10 without having Peter Whittingham.
Yeah.
So
that's
why it's on there.
You can't. He were outrageous, mate. A really, really good player. But we have come to the end of both lists. So what I want people to do that are watching the video, I want you to comment in the comment section whose list you think was better and why. And I also want you to put your own lists in there. Let us know who you've got, where you've got them, and why. And if you think we're idiots, if we've missed anybody out that should be on this list, because I'm sure there will be a couple of players on there that people are thinking, why the fuck are they not on the list?
You know what? I'm not going to say names. I'm going to see if they come in comments, but I just had one come to my head then.
So yeah, if you have got any of those, drop them in the comment section. Let us know. Leave a like on the video if you have enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel, because we are going to be dropping more content as it goes on. So we're going to be churning out hopefully 2-3 videos a week at one point, obviously after we've got up and running. And just to give you an insight on what sort of content you can expect, obviously you've got a ranking list that we've done today. We will be doing more of these in the future. We might be doing top 10 EFL managers of all time, all that sort of good stuff. But we are going to be doing watch-alongs. We're going to be doing previews. We're going to be doing player spotlights. We're going to be doing all sorts of content, all championship related, past and present. So if there is anything that you do want to see from us moving forward, let us know, and we'll be happy to take it on board, take any considerations on board, and give you all what you want. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Hope you have a good evening, and take care.